Okay, so sorry about that. This dumb phone turned off because apparently it can only record for like 15 minutes before it turns off. And I know that that video wasn't that long because I already had other videos. Anyways, there's lots of questions like this. So, what do? You have to write an equation. That's usually what you should do. So, let's think. All right, it starts at 180 and it's subtracting 1 inch per week. So we can just say W. And then there's another one that is 160, but it's only half an inch per week. Well, guess what we do? We set them equal, and then that's how we find the weeks. So what do? We have to make the W's on the same side, and so that would make it positive, and then it's 20, or sorry, not 120, 20, and then 0.5 W, and what do you know? 40 weeks is the answer. A lot simpler than it seemed. Okay, next thing. So, what do you know? Here's some dumb question. Alright, what's the coordinates of point J in comparison to A? Let's see. Well, it says that J is the midpoint of BC. So, okay, so, anyways, we have some background singing today, but that's just how it is. Too bad. Alright, anyways. So, we have to figure out the coordinates of J pretty much. And the reason why I said in comparison to A, we're basically just saying that's 0, 0. So, how do we find a midpoint? Well, we have to do this. Not X, so y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So that's factually pretty simple. But first let's find the coordinates of B and C. So B, C. Well, C, that looks like that is 10, 0. Now B, that's right here, that looks like 7, 9. So we're going to do, it would be 17 divided by 2, and then just adding that because 17, and then 9 divided by 2. These are the coordinates. Pretty simple. Okay, so now we're on this problem, we're trying to find this. Well, at first you might think that you could use like the typical things like, oh, maybe you might think Pythagorean theorem, or you might think SOHCAHTOA, but you can't do that because it's not a right triangle. Instead, you have to use this dumb thing that you might not even know about. But here's what it is. It is called the law of cosines. And this is what you should use if it's not a right triangle. It's not really as hard as it seems. Okay, so basically C is what you would find typically, and that's this. So this is what we're solving for. So we're going to actually need to do the square root of this to find C actually. But we got to figure out the values that we're going to plug in. Okay, so A and B, well, we can say this is A, we can say this is B. Pretty simple. We do 4.2, we do 5. Same thing, 4.2, 5. Now the angle, well, that's just 5 degrees, and it always has to be across from it, and notice that it is. If it was something like right here, you would have to figure out that angle, because it always has to be the line across. And in this case, this problem that I obtained, you didn't even need to type it in the calculator, you only needed it in this form. So this problem, didn't feel like writing it. It says Shima will mix 1 fluid ounce of fertilizer and water for every 40 square feet of soil. At this rate, which of the following expressions gives the number of gallons of fertilizer Shima will mix for 0.5 acres of soil? Note, 1 acre is 43,560 square feet, and 1 gallon is 128 fluid ounces. Well, first we need to write what we know. So that would be, we're trying to find the gallons for 0.5 acres,